and
Yeah,
they
I
are now
used to remember I
taking,
used to be very depressed.
bro.
Oh,
Why would you say
oh
very
wow.
How far, my guys? How on a day now? It's nice to see you guys again.
bro? I
Mr.
swear, it's so good to
Pai,
see you guys.
Professor OJ.
Lead
What's wrong with you,
professor.
man?
When you become Prof. O Joseph, when you become
Oh,
Prof.
lead professor. I mean, where did that prof come from, really?
Now you qualify past all of us for here,
Oh no, we too read book that year.
honestly.
Uh-huh.
So today, how would on a weekend be? How was you guys' weekend? Was it good?
Yeah, it was good. It was
Man,
good. Yeah.
I've been stressed for 7 days in a row. Yeah, I didn't have a weekend. I think my Saturday was just like a Monday. My Sunday was worse. But I did go to see my parents though. For very briefly.
Oh yeah. That's true. You said so to me on Saturday, but to be fair, OJ, all these complaints, I feel like before I left Nigeria, I felt that it's the lifestyle will be easier for us here, but it's a little bit more difficult and more
And and
stressful as
and
well.
and I hear you now. As Nigerians, everywhere we go, right, we always have that hustling mindset. You get,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
for me, I know one thing that I've had to learn is like taking time intentionally to shut off my brain and not think about work or
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah.
You get.
You gave me
So
that
what do you mean,
advice. I
honestly?
haven't
I
taken
was
it
like,
yet.
yeah, it's very good to do that once in a while. And so
I
this
haven't
this
taken that
past
advice
weekend,
yet.
To be fair,
yeah,
the mental health, the mental health. I don't know about this in Nigeria, but I feel like I started paying more attention to my mental health in the UK than when I was
bro,
in
no one
Nigeria.
cares about mental health in Nigeria now.
Nobody
mental,
cares about
Because
mental
for
mental health
health.
in
some
Nigeria
reasons,
is
for
like,
some reasons,
what are you talking?
our brain is filled with excitement in that country, regardless that we are suffering. You know,
That's actually not true. A lot of people are actually suffering.
No, like,
Before social media became a thing, we didn't know that people committed suicide and stuff like that. But now we are seeing a lot of depression here and there, people taking their lives and so on. Man, there's so much stress
yeah.
in this country, actually.
No,
wow.
that's true.
Yeah.
That's true. Like talking about mental health, right? Like even thinking back to when I was in Nigeria, like there were so many things that I had to navigate, but I didn't know what it was. Like depression. I feel like we're depressed every other day. You get, like it was like a common thing. You get, but
Yeah,
now
yeah,
it's
yeah.
it's,
And I
it's
think
good now
everyone
that
was
people now are
depressed.
now becoming more aware of
Yeah,
things like
aware.
this.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
they
I
are now
used to remember
taking,
I used to be very depressed.
bro. Why would you say it's
Oh,
very
oh
depressed? How?
wow.
Like,
That was
how
an
would you say it's very
indirect pass,
depressed,
man.
bro?
Okay, let me rephrase that. I used to have episodes of depression. He used to have a lot of it actually. Man, you've forgotten.
Okay.
Your life is so good now. You've forgotten back in the days when things were a little
Bro,
bit.
we all
Oh,
had
no.
we all had we all had those moments.
All
We all
right,
had those
honestly.
moments. Yeah, I
To be
was I was
fair,
about to tell
Okay.
you guys how my weekend went.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
This weekend was one of those times that I decided to take some intentional time off and recharge. So I had some friends over for dinner on Saturday. Yeah, Saturday evening. And then afterwards we went to this karaoke pub, and that was where your boy came out to party. I did karaoke. I did some
Mhm.
songs. As always, I sucked, but you know, it was fun. I
Did
think I
I
said,
hear you stop?
yeah,
Did I
yeah.
not say? Oh, wow. Sorry about that.
But guys, actually, this leads to our new topic for today. Do you guys feel like there is more uh, of work and socialization in Nigeria compared to UK and Canada? OJ, I don't know if you went out over the weekend. You said you went to your family's house for an event, right?
Yeah,
You said you went to
I
karaoke.
want to see my parents for a while. Yeah, because I hadn't seen them in a very long while. So I had to go see them. Spent like 3 4 hours. I went there with my brother and my cousin. We spent a couple of hours, and then I came back to my real life where I had to work. Yeah.
So you walked over the
So
weekend, OJ. Are you serious?
yeah. I was working over the weekend. I had a lot of unfinished business. Because of the nature of my work, there is no break really. So you have to allocate your time. You have to manage your time with
Yeah.
every other thing. So you can, okay, I was grading scripts on Sunday after church. I went to church in the morning. I know you've never been to church since you
Who
got to
tell
the
you? Who
UK.
tell you that one?
Yeah, you never go church.
Who tell
Now
you that
party they
one?
go.
My guy
Now
don't tell
party
it
they go
is.
church.
No, Paddy became a better man recently though, but it's fine.
Yeah, so
I won't
I
acknowledge
get,
your comment before.
No, Paddy, you became a better man, honestly.
but yeah,
But guys, in all honesty, OJ, my weekend was very, very busy. I actually worked over the weekend, and I don't know. Here comes our topic. To be fair, I feel like my life and socialization since I came to the UK, my work and socialization has dropped drastically since I came here. I honestly feel that my life was more in the social end when I was in Nigeria. But again, it seems, guys, that if you're growing older, you become busier. You
yeah,
know,
I actually wanted to agree. I actually wanted to point that out. Yeah. So it's not like you become more. Yeah, I know I used to have a lot of time, but I think as we get older, we begin to have so many activities that we want to keep up with, and then we also begin to want to rest more. So by the time you look at your 24 hours in a day, you kind of feel that, man, you could use a few more hours. Do you ever feel like 24 hours is just not enough for you?
Bro, that's something that I actually say all the time. Like we need, excuse me, we need to have more hours in the day. 24 hours
I
doesn't
swear,
seem to be
honestly.
enough.
Or
And I feel like
more?
that's something that like we should expect to come with this phase that we're in our lives,
Yeah,
right? Where we are
yeah.
still trying to hustle and get ahead. In the next few years, then we cannot put our feet up and then have more time. So like there's this. I remember seeing this chart like a long time ago around how life goes, where you start from being young, where you have time, but you don't have money, and then you get to like this point that we're in, where you're having money, but you're not having time, and then if you manage your finances, time and money, or you end up with money and no time,
Money and no time.
time and no money.
A lot of time and no money.
Yeah,
I'm
you can end up in any way, but it always starts from having more time and less money to having less time and more money, and that's and that's
to
and
be
that's where we
fair,
are now.
I would actually prefer to have less time with more money, my brother. Honestly, see that era that you don't have any money but you have lots of time.
We have time.
What would you
I don't want to
what
go
would
back
you
there
do?
again. I
What
think
would
I've
you
been
do?
there before. I don't want to go back there
Yeah,
again.
been there, done that. But then what do you do with all that time? Or rather with all that money and no time to actually spend it?
To be
What do
fair,
you do
one
with
thing
it?
I've actually learned is this: the difference between me and then and now is I started adding more values to myself. So previously, I don't add values to myself. I add values on people or on irrelevant things like social media. My guys, woman follow 1K my career. The time you use in making money, you're there bombing ladies Instagram or WhatsApp, but right now I don't really even have time for those things. Like I'm more focused on my personal goal, and I feel like so far it has helped me become a little bit better. And
I
yeah,
agree. I agree.
Yeah.
Paddy, don't you agree that Tufo is better now?
are you kidding
My
me?
God.
Why am I the
My God.
example? What's wrong with you? Huh?
Ufo has
Guy, guy,
like
you have
Ufo.
improved.
When you open
You have
dictionary and
improved.
search for the word growth, you see Ufo there. Ufo
Like
name is right
you are
there
a pure
in
definition of
in
growth. You
bracket.
have improved.
All of them are the
Man,
man.
yeah, I
All of
used to
all of
know
them,
you.
all of
I
them are the
sabi
man.
you.
Honestly,
I sabi you well.
I
Like
feel like all of us has grown
I
now. Are you kidding me?
actually wish I developed as much as you did, man.
No,
Like you
no,
do
we all
well.
have grown though. To be fair with you, I feel like we all have grown like very, very
Oh
well.
yes, we have.
You
Yeah,
know,
but
Well,
just like just say one of
just so
us
we
can
don't go
get
off.
beers, rapid beers, beer full everywhere. You know,
Haters
and
gonna
he had
hate,
and
potatoes
he
gonna
had none.
potato.
And he had none, man. Nigga had nothing down there.
Anyways,
honestly,
All
but
right.
guys, do you guys work?
just so we didn't go too far, we don't go too far from our topic. So today
Yeah,
we're looking to compare like living in Canada, living in the UK, living in Nigeria, and what that's like for anyone who's looking to migrate to any of this, any of these countries or general area. And we're just talking about having less social life. Like, how was it for you? Like, before I talk about my experience moving to Canada and having to be intentional about creating a social life, how was it for you, Ufo, like making that move?
But to be fair, before we actually jump in, Mr. Paddy, I remember like 7 years ago, was it 7 years ago, that we all spoke about traveling. OJ never had this passion of traveling. I think Paddy never had the passion of traveling when you're working for your dad at some point. I remember there was a time after our university or during our final year that I was the one that was passionate about traveling among three of us. But in all honesty, I mean, I don't know how Nigeria is right now because I left Nigeria, I think 4 years ago. But Mr. Paddy and Professor OJ, I think that, yeah, I had a better social life in Nigeria than here in the UK. I don't know about you guys, Mr. Paddy and OJ. Well, what about you, Paddy? Tell me about your lifestyle in Canada.
No, like when it comes to like social life, right? Like it's common knowledge that Nigeria is like there's no country that can come close. There's no
Nothing,
country
nothing close.
that can come close. My first
Yeah.
experience, let me even tell you. I, I haven't told this story to too many people, but when I first moved to Canada, like in like my first
Story.
story, when I first moved to Canada, in like my first my first couple of months, I went there one night. I think that was my first time going out to like a nightclub, and it was I and my roommate at the time. So we went out to this club that was downtown, and we, normal time for Nigeria to go club, like midnight, 1 a.m. Right?
Yeah.
So we are like, oh yeah, same mentality. We took a nap in the evening after work, and then left the house by like midnight to go to the club. We had the club by like 12:30. So we got in, we were having fun, and then by like 2 a.m., the lights came on, music stopped. I was like, what's they happen?
What's yeah.
Did they fight somewhere? Like, did they fight somewhere? And that was how I learned that clubbing in Canada ends at 2 a.m. So at 2
Are you
wow.
serious?
bro, I kid
Oh,
you not.
wow.
Are you
2 a.m.,
serious?
music ends, everyone is escorted out of the building, go home. If you're going home solo,
Wow,
you go home solo. If you're going home with the thing, you go home with
Like,
whatever
it's
you're
a
going to
law in Canada. 2 a.m. No more
It's
party.
a lot, 2 a.m. I mean,
Oh, wow.
in the bigger
When you talk
cities like
about cultural
Vancouver,
shock, this is a cultural
bro,
shock
that was
for
a
me.
shock.
But it's a big
Yeah,
cultural
but
shock, though, honestly. It shocked me as well.
in bigger cities like Vancouver, the clubbing scene is open till 3 a.m., I believe. Yeah, but that's about it.
So here in the UK is a bit different because we have the after party. So basically we have the clubbing section between, let's say, they always say 11 o'clock till 3 o'clock, but it starts around 12 o'clock till 2 o'clock, like actual party and clubbing. Then we have clubs that are after party club. So those
Oh, they're
clubs,
actually clubs and after party clubs.
yes, after party clubs, literally, they allowed guys a little bit. I mean, they expect you to be a little bit tipsy going into the club, but in the other club, you're not expected to be tipsy. So it's a bit different here, though. But Paddy, my experience in this UK, though, in terms of the cultural shock I had here, I mean, in terms of partying and social life, was I stayed in Birmingham actually for 1 year, and I had one friend because it was during COVID. I moved to the UK, so
Yeah.
I always tell this guy, he's Italian. I always tell him, take me out, let's go to the club. That was towards the ending of COVID, and this guy kept. I don't know. I never even knew that they had an Afrobeat club in Birmingham until after 2 years. So I didn't really enjoy my life partying outside. I didn't really enjoy it at all. Okay, but and again, the kind of song they played was more of the Western songs that they raised their hands in the air. You know the way they dance. It wasn't the pure Afro beat, and I was just not vibing, bro. Imagine
Yeah.
you go to club and you come back home, you dey vex for yourself. Like, I just go
So
with
you go waste your
my
time.
sleep. you know, so
Uh-huh.
yeah. But ultimately, for me, Prof, I feel like Niger is number one, regardless.
Yeah, and
Well,
yeah, I mean, I was in Nigeria just last year in December, and
Mm.
bro, it was a nice time. It was a very good time. Like the nightlife
well, you're not going to
in
leave.
in Nigeria. I mean, I was in a hurry to leave because of one major issue, and that's what we'll get to next. It was the issue around security. Like nightlife was
Oh,
fun,
okay,
right?
yeah,
Like you go out at night with your friends. You guys will have a good inside the club, but once you step
yeah.
outside the club, reality hits you and you start praying. No more. Let me get home in one piece. You
Well,
get. So how have you been able to manage that, OJ? Like that whole security
well,
thing? Because I know like that's a very big issue.
it's easy to tell these stories when you're not living there. So you can exaggerate or talk about things that are not really happening. So it is a fact. It is a fact that there's a lot of security issues here in Nigeria. It is true, but then it's not the. I don't think it's the way people talk about it. So
Bro, like no, like
you
okay, sorry to interrupt, right? Sorry to interrupt.
yeah
I feel like
yeah
it's exactly the way people talk about it because for the
I
longest
even
time,
think
right?
it's worst.
It's even was like
I
for the
don't think
longest
it's
time,
worst.
right? When we talk
Yeah,
about
yeah.
police, when we talk about police
brutality.
brutality,
Brutality.
I remember
Yes,
Yeah.
when it
yes.
came up like 2 years ago during the NSAS thing, right? I
Mm.
was like, I was supporting NSAS, but I couldn't really like express my support
Yourself.
for the cause because I had not experienced like that part of Nigeria before. Like in a way, I've been lucky to be sheltered from it, living in Abuja. You get, but
Yeah.
when I hear people's stories about what they've experienced, even my friends here in Canada, there was one of my guys that was telling me that he went out one night, and then him and his friend, and then with two other girls, and then they were going home after going clubbing, and then that's how police put them to the side and was asking them for one or two. You understand? And then they were like, "Oh
Yeah.
no, nothing. That will not give you anything." That was how the policeman, as per his story, told them like, "You know, say I feel kill now right now, and nothing will happen.
And nothing will happen.
Nothing
Wow.
will
Are you
happen." So
serious?
And then they
imagine
run
now,
out.
say, you understand? So imagine now, say, as someone that has traveled out and come back to the country to come and spend like 2 weeks or 1 month,
No, nah.
and then someone should threaten you like this, bro. The chills, man.
I'm on a
Like
training
Yeah.
now.
you will just
Serious
panic.
Yeah.
training. Now
I
mute,
actually
now mute,
understand.
now mute version. You could just mute, like
I
I
actually
swear.
understand
you
what
could
you
just mute.
I understand what you guys are saying.
But
I
to be
understand what you guys are saying.
to
So
be fair,
it's
OJ,
actually a problem. We do have security issues. So the police is not out to protect you. The army is not out to protect you. The thieves are not out to protect you. So you're basically on your own. Um but then we survive. We go about our daily activities as usual. You're mindful that you have to come back early though. You don't stay out too late
what time do you
unless
classify as early, OJ?
um I get home usually I get home before 6 p.m. Okay. If I don't have chill, just chill, flow with
That's
me.
too early,
Uh,
bro. That's too early, man.
So
6 o'clock.
I close from work around 4 p.m. Then maybe I move around a bit, but then by 6 p.m. I should be home,
Yeah.
unless I do want to hang out. But if I do hang out at night, I get back here around 11, okay, 10:30, 11 o'clock. That's when I get back home.
Yeah,
But these are very rare occasions because I'm not the outgoing type, really. Okay.
yeah,
But then I'm not afraid to go out. It's 10 minutes to 11 my time. And I have a friend who is coming over to the house and he's not here yet. I'm expecting him around 12:30 a.m. So
yeah.
shit happens, bad things happen. But then come on, I'm still alive and I'm an old man right
True,
now.
true,
So
true.
My brother.
not
And
dead
luckily
yet.
for me too, when I was in Nigeria in December, I did not experience that, but it was something that I always think about. It was something that always gave me anxiety. Like when I was leaving home at night and I'm driving back home and then I'm approaching like an something. I think there was like multiple occasions where approaching army checkpoint had my heart beating so fast.
Yeah.
You get, my heart was
Yeah,
skipping.
usually when you approach police
Yeah.
checkpoints, you rearrange yourself because they are not your friend.
They're not your friends, exactly.
All right, we have to round up, guys. We have to round up. Yeah.
So
We have to
yeah.
round up. Yeah.
Thank you, our lovely audience, for giving us 21 minutes of your life that you never get back. I know you guys don't like that. But
Never ever get back.
We're never gonna get it back.
we're taking 21 minutes and we're taking it by force. So we'll catch you guys on the next episode. Just like and subscribe to this channel so that you know when we drop the next best thing. And see you later.
See you guys later, okay? Bye.
Remember to turn on the notification. Thank you.